Hello Seekers, welcome to Puneet's Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Once again, I'm back in the open. I'm back in the one of the pond, which is called Lakshmi Kund in Varanasi. Mercury on 11th of March will make its move into the sign of Aquarius, and this move will be till 1st of April. How will this transit going to be for all of you? Let's try to find that out in this video. And do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. If you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me. All the links are given in the description box below. If you want to take my consultation, the email ID is in the description box below. Let's begin with Mercury transit in the sign of Aquarius. Mercury is a planet of message. It's a messenger, and Mercury relays the information. Mercury is all about communication. Mercury is the financial transactions, and Mercury rules the banking system along with Jupiter. What is so special about the transit of Mercury in the sign of Aquarius? To understand that, you need to understand the placement of Aquarius with respect to the two zodiac signs of Mercury, Gemini and Virgo. From Gemini, Aquarius is 9th. That means Aquarius is the dharma of Mercury. Aquarius is the dharma of Mercury, and from the sign of Virgo, Aquarius is 6th from the natural 6th house. So there is definitely a connection of Bhavat Bhavam from the zodiac sign of Virgo. So Aquarius is Bhavat Bhavam of Virgo, whereas Aquarius is the dharma of Gemini. That means when Mercury goes into the sign of Aquarius, this Mercury is actually kind of exalted because it is gaining the 6th position from the 6th house. That is why some people also say that Mercury is very powerful in the sign of Aquarius. When Mercury goes into the sign of Aquarius, Mercury becomes witty. Mercury becomes smart. Mercury wants to communicate the information, and it wants to communicate the information out to the public. And when that happens, you have to understand that Aquarius is a zodiac sign represented to give. It has the water to give. It is the abundant water. When Mercury goes there, the transaction of the abundant water begins. So Mercury's natural habitat is found in Aquarius. Aquarius is actually a sign ruled by Saturn. Saturn is slow, methodical. Saturn is also something which is more structured, slow. But Aquarius is a zodiac sign where Karmafal resides, because that's the natural 11th house from the Kal Purush. So when the 11th house see the Mercury, which is the 6th lord, coming into picture, this means the Upche houses are getting a kick here. Also, this is also the flow of the Prarabdha. That means anything that was stuck in your life will have a chance to flow in its natural path, and this natural flow reduces the viscosity of water of life. It is a sign of expansion, network circle, communication in a broader perspective, and the destiny of your communication. When that happens, Mercury fulfills its destiny. So wherever your Mercury is in your zodiac sign, whichever house it is, the Mercury is going to fulfill destiny of that house from the house where Aquarius is placed. Say for example, Mercury is placed in your 4th house, but Aquarius is the 8th lord. Aquarius sits in the 8th house. So when Mercury transits the 8th house, it's going to fulfill the destiny of the 4th house. That means a sudden change in your home can happen. A transaction related to home can happen. If your property was stuck, your property can come, and you can be able to get out of the clutches of that property related mess, and your transaction can happen smoothly. Now also you have to understand that Mercury is a fast planet, whereas Saturn's zodiacs are slow, which means it's going to be a perfect blend of being fast and also being slow. If you see, on one end, the Virgo area of your life is getting the Prarabdha getting released. The transaction of Virgo is going to get improved. So wherever Virgo is, that is going to set itself into motion, and wherever the Gemini is, that is something that will get fulfilled in one way. The destiny of that house will get fulfilled, and Mercury itself will work on the house where it will sit in your chart through the house where Aquarius is. So these 3 points, if you can collect, if you can combine them, if you can connect the dot from your horoscope, you will understand exactly how this transit will behave for you. So now let us understand ascendant by ascendant how the Mercury is going to behave in a very brief, a minute long ascendant by ascendant video. Aries ascendant. In case of Aries ascendant, Mercury will transit the 11th house. This is good for financial gains. This is good for financial transactions. This is also good for loan clearance. If you have a loan to get cleared, it might get cleared in this time frame, or at least some news related to that, some positive news can be heard. Also, it is a time frame where you will get something to clear off the loan, any kind of headache that you have in your life related to any kind of karmic retribution that you have to pay. That means something that is stuck, that is giving you trouble, will get released. Also, you need to be very careful about your communication, because your words are going to reach the masses, because third lord will be in the 11th house. Help from friends can come, and friends who are like brother will be helpful in the time of need. Ascendant number 2, Taurus ascendant. In case of Taurus ascendant, Mercury transit will happen in the 10th house. Now, Mercury transit is going to happen in the 10th house, means career related aspirations can fulfill, career related change can come into motion, and you need to help others to grow the career. So it's a transaction, it's a give and take thing. That means if a growth related to your career is expected, you will also be expected to give something in return, so that you must keep in your mind. Now, 2nd and the 5th lord are going in the 10th house. That means definitely it's a very positive yoga. The 2nd house, the finance lord, the Dhanabhav lord is going in the 10th house, which means your attempt, your karma, your efforts towards increasing your bank balance, increasing your money, and also towards your family is going to play a vital role. So your transaction in your family is also going to be very prominent. That means expenses related to family, expenses on family members can happen in this time. You may have to take some responsibility. When the 5th lord also goes into the 10th house, that means again a child. So your kutumba and your children. So it's going to be a family environment, family related affair. And this is the time when you work on the work-life balance. Now, in this time frame, we are all working from home. So Taurus are going to be most affected. So you can create an office in your home. This is the right time to create a dedicated space for work. This is the right time to clear off the clutter from the work area and make your work from home really a smooth and something which you can enjoy, and something that can give you in return. Gemini ascendant. In your case, Mercury is going to move in the 9th house. Now, because Mercury is going to be in the Kendra, the Lagna Lord going into the Kendra, the 9th house, this means that you need to utilize your time to go to religious places. You need to utilize your time to go to places of spiritual interests. There you should chant some mantra, you offer some prayer, and you can also give money in the construction of a religious place. Mercury is all about transaction, and when you go into that place, when you have the association of religious and spiritual people, that is the time when you will find that you are going to get the peace of mind. Also, because Mercury rules both of your Kendra houses, 1st and 4th, that means the destiny related to you and the destiny related to your home can be fulfilled. In case of Cancer ascendant, Mercury is going to go in your 8th house. When Mercury goes in the 8th house, this means a sudden loss can happen. Suddenly you may be asked to invest money because maybe for tax saving. That is why it's a compulsory investment which you may understand as a loss, but ultimately it's in the 8th house. You need to take care of your health, because health related expenses can come into picture. But this is also good for people who are expecting any kind of settlement from the inheritance. You can get some inheritance, you can get the money that is long pending from the ancestors. This also means knowledge. Now, in this case, Mercury rules the 12th and the 3rd lord. So both are the houses of travel. So sudden travel can come into picture. Suddenly you may be asked to travel because of work, because of health related issue. So you need to take care of that expenses, and you have to set aside some money for some unexpected expense. If you can take care of that, I don't think there will be a problem. But yes, patience is the key. Mercury in the 8th house can really make you impatient. So read spiritual books, read scriptures, read Vedas, because then Mercury in the 8th house will give transaction of the occult. Leo ascendant. In case of Leo ascendant, Mercury rules your 11th and your 2nd house. Now in this case, when Mercury rules your 11th and 2nd house, try to understand that Mercury goes in the 7th house. That means this is very good for business related transactions, business related income, and if you want to expand your business, if you want to work towards your business, this is the right time. Both the Dhan Lord, 11th and the 2nd Lord, are in the 7th house. This shows that any kind of work done for your business is going to fructify in a very positive way. On the other hand, if you see that the 7th house is spouse, so spouse can become your business partner, and if you want to enroll them as your business partner, or if you want to start something with them, this may be a short span of 20 days where you can think about it, where you can plan and at least set the ball into motion. Virgo ascendant. In case of Virgo ascendant, your 1st and the 10th Lord are ruled by Mercury, and this time Mercury goes in your 6th house. Remember, you are the natural 6th house because your 1st house is ruled by Virgo. Mercury goes into the 6th house, Bhavat Bhavam. So ascendant goes Bhavat Bhavam. This is the time when you really need to work towards your loans, karmic loans, physical loans, any kind of responsibility that you were supposed to do and you are not doing. You need to fulfill that. You need to finish that responsibility. You need to work towards that. And if you do that, you will see that your life is in a good shape. This may be a bit irritating time for you because 6th house also means disputes. So financial dispute can come into picture. So you need to work towards that area of life. Libra ascendant. In case of Libra ascendant, the most important factor is that your 12th Lord as well as your 9th Lord are ruled by Mercury. And this time Mercury goes in your 5th house. So on one hand, the 9th Lord goes into the 5th house as the Bhavat Bhavam of the 9th house. That means the Bhavat Bhavam of Gemini. But on the other hand, the 12th Lord is also going to the 5th house. That means you need to fulfill your destiny towards your children. Maybe you need to, this shows expenses towards your creative affairs, expenses towards your children. This is the right time to buy a musical instrument. This is the right time to learn and upgrade yourself. When Mercury is in the 5th house is also the house of transactions. This is in fact also the right time to do any kind of mantra chanting, havan at your home, because Dharma Lord goes into the house of the mantra bhava, which is the 5th house, and it's Mercury, the transactions. You should try some sort of mantra chanting, graha shanti, or any kind of puja at this 20-day period, and if done, this is going to give you very positive results. Scorpio ascendant. In case of Scorpio ascendant, you need to understand that Mercury rules the 11th house as well as the 8th house. Now because the 8th house is ruled by Mercury and Mercury sits in the 4th house, a sudden change or a sudden movement of home can happen in this time. Now because it is also the 11th house, that means you are also going to gain. So property related matters can be resolved in this time frame and you can get something really positive, something positive can come out from this movement of Mercury. Now you have to understand that 8th house is also known as occult bhav. 8th house is also known as health related issue. So if there is a member in your family who is facing some health related concern, so that can improve because of the Mercury presence in the Aquarius. Now Aquarius is the sign of abundance. So you need to affirm that I am abundant. You need to maintain the positivity and optimism in your life and you will see that you will get a lot of positive results in this time frame. Sagittarius ascendant. In case of Sagittarius ascendant, Mercury rules two very important houses, the 7th house of marriage and business and the 10th house of career. When the 7th house of marriage and business and career Lord goes into the 3rd house, this means you need to take these matters into your own control and you need proper communication towards these areas. If you are stuck in any kind of situation, you need to talk to somebody, set the ball in motion, communicate properly. If you want a career change, maybe social media, LinkedIn, or any kind of profiles where you can get job related profiles, freelancing, these things should be set into motion. Internet should be used and communication through social media will be a dominant factor in this case, even for business. So this is the time when you go for promotion of your business. This is the time when you go for promotion of your skill set and try to expand your reach as much as possible. The 3rd house Mercury is the Mercury which is in his natural position because 3rd house of Kalpurush is Gemini. So definitely when Mercury goes into Gemini, communication becomes a very important factor. One tip, learn a new language at this time frame. Between 11th of March and 1st of April, if you can learn a new language, see, you can just brush it up, just the basics, just the ABCD of the new language. But Mercury is also called language, and third house is communication, and language is a medium of communication. When you do that, Mercury becomes positive. Because of this positive transaction, Mercury will give you something very extraordinary in return. This is a very good time to change your career, to start working towards some prarabdha of your karma. That means if you are into any kind of career, you need to focus on what you are supposed to do. Capricorn Ascendant. In case of Capricorn Ascendant, Mercury rules your 6th house and your 9th house. So Mercury rules the prarabdha and the dharma. Now in this case of 6th and the 9th house, when Mercury goes into Aquarius, Mercury goes into the 2nd house. So 9th Lord goes into the 2nd house is kind of good. The Bhagya Lord going into the Dhana Bhav. But the 6th Lord going into the 2nd house shows some negativity towards your money. But it also shows that if your loans are stuck, if some money is stuck in the public, that may come into picture. That may come because 6th house is the loss of the 7th house. So if there is any loss of business, that can get recovered because Mercury will set the ball into motion. But provided that your karma is correct, provided that it's not following any illegal path, because then Saturn on the 1st house will stop, because ultimately 2nd Lord is 12th from itself, it's on the 1st house. Also, food and words are a very important factor in this case. The transaction of words and the transaction of food. Food is for your body, words are for the outside world. These two things will define your life in a great way, and don't make a mistake in this two area in this small time frame, because it can cause big harm. But if you can use it positively, it can create a lot of positive vibration and bring out a destiny changing event. Aquarius Ascendant. Now in case of Aquarius Ascendant, Mercury is going in your 1st house. So definitely it means transaction of the ascendant, transaction of your own mind, transaction of your own body, and that means you need to work towards your own self. Mercury in your case rules your 8th house and the 5th house. So definitely speculative changes about yourself can happen, and this can create doubt on your own mind that what am I doing, where am I headed, what am I trying to be. If you are following this diagram of planets, you must understand that 8th house, which shows sudden transformation, and 5th house, which showed learning, that means you will get to know something something about you out of nowhere. This can hit you hard, and acceptance is going to be the key in this case, because if you fail to accept, then it can create a lot of worries for you. But if you accept positively and if you show gratitude, Mercury is going to give you the best positive results out of all 12 zodiac signs. Pisces zodiac sign. In case of Pisces Ascendant people, Mercury again rules your two very important houses, the 4th and the 7th. One is the Sukha Bhav, the house of happiness, vehicles, properties. Another one is the 7th house, which is the house of marriage, which is the house of business. When this Mercury goes into your 12th house, this means you can move out of your home. Your business can go overseas. You may have a sudden travel related exchange happening. Export and import can happen. So this is a very good time to spread your word outside. But this also means expenses can come. Business related expenses can increase. House related expenses can increase. Something in your house can break, for which you have to set the transaction into motion. So if that is the case, you need to be slightly careful. But otherwise, if your house was stuck, if your property is stuck, if your vehicle is stuck, you can spend for that. It's not a bad time. But remember, after 1st of April, Mercury will go on your 1st house and it will get debilitated. So you need to play smart here. So guys, that was the ascendant-wise analysis of Mercury transit in the sign of Aquarius. This transaction of Aquarius, which is the sign of abundance, is the sign of holy water. And may Mahalakshmi give you all the wealth and all the prosperity that you deserve. With this, I end this video, and I want all of you to say an affirmation with me that I am abundant and I have abundance of all the richness and all the peace of mind, and may God bless us all. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you like this video, and if you like, do not forget to like, subscribe and share and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is your host Puneet signing off.